We are back. 2.5 brain
Let's
cells.
go.
Episode 3. Diego spit some bars. Never mind. He's having a seizure. Diego is having a seizure. How are we doing today, Diego?
We're doing good. I got some shit done this morning.
Busy
We were supposed
weekend?
to do this podcast like fucking 2 hours ago.
Yeah,
but
busy weekend for the men this
I got
weekend.
pulled into rearranging shit.
Women,
Why-
am I right?
On the subject, why do women love moving shit around and decorating so much?
See. This is
Can we
why
talk about that?
this is why I don't have a girlfriend. But let me tell you why. Okay, I feel it's like my mom. I can say this for my mom, and mom, if you're listening, I don't mean this in any sort of rude way, but it's just like I don't think the couch in a living room really works here, you know? But like
You gotta
why-
move it 2
why do-
centimeters to the left.
they go to TJ Maxx. Oh my god, I see the greatest pillow. This pillow would look so good on the couch.
Dude,
It matched the
literally.
set
Oh wow,
perfectly.
this blanket would look awesome thrown on the couch. No one's gonna use it, but we'll just leave
Yeah.
it there.
Okay, let's talk about
So
that.
dumb.
Why are they called like what are they? Throw pillows
Throw
and throw
blankets.
blankets and stuff like
Yeah.
that? Those aren't even
Because
meant to be used,
People look
right?
at magazines and they're like, "Wow, that looks cute. I'm gonna do that." And it has
Yeah,
no
they watch
practical use.
HGTV for one weekend and they
Dude, they
think
watch DIY Network for a minute and they're like, "All right,
and then they
this
think,
house is getting done."
yeah, they think that they gotta renovate the entire house. You know what, honey? Let's just burn this one down and build a new one. Let's just do it.
Fuck, dude.
Did
Let's destroy half the house just to make it look semi decently different.
yeah, just so our house value can go up by $15,000.
Fucking not even that, by $20.
You
That
spend
is fucking
spend $60,000.
dude.
Oh my god, it went up $20. Let's go!
Wow, my retail value went up. Whoa!
Whoa!
Hell
But we're both out of
yeah.
school.
Parade.
We're both out of school.
Mhm.
When you were in high school, you went to college for like a couple months, right?
Yeah, not very
Art
long
school?
because it
It's
was
very
dude,
expensive.
it was out of pocket too because they didn't let me use grants or anything because it was a private school.
Mm.
It was for art school, and yeah, it was so much money, dude. Oh my lord.
I didn't go to college because I've just had job opportunities and I can always go later if I need to. But
Yeah, that's true.
when you were in high school, did you get to bring your own computer or did they give you computers that you had to like turn in at the end of every year?
They gave us like the crappy like ThinkPad.
Yeah, the Lenovo's.
$50 computers.
Uh-huh,
dude. Yeah,
uh-huh.
the laptops.
The ones that work pretty good
So-
in the beginning, but after
And then,
2 days,
dude,
they take
yeah.
46 minutes
After
to
a
open.
week, dude, they would just freeze, and then they would never connect to the Wi-Fi. They
Yeah.
just did not fucking
Yeah.
work. So,
And then the IT guys look like they want to off themselves.
dude, literally, and it was like, just buy better computers than or don't fucking buy them.
Yeah, or let us bring our own
phone.
computers. I could buy a nice
Half the-
computer.
Yeah, literally half the time nowadays, kids have better computers at their own house than they do at school. so.
Did you were you able to ever get games, or were you like a cool math games kind of kid on your computer?
Well, see, this is at my school. It was so I don't know about your school, but the public school I went to, they literally made it so on the web browser you couldn't access like YouTube, you couldn't access anything.
Yeah,
So
there's a
Cool Math
firewall.
Games,
There's a firewall.
yeah, the Cool Math Games literally was the only one that worked. No like armor games, no addicting games.
Yeah, I mean, so basically what I learned about the firewall is that like most of the URLs that have game in the title, they're gonna
Yeah.
like get rid of.
Mhm.
But I found out a way. I don't even think like not a lot of people know how to do this, but it's really easy, like getting through the firewall. Did you ever try to do that?
I did one time watch some COD montage videos while we were supposed to be writing writing
No,
English
so
papers.
so you're
Because
gonna
my friends knew how to like get out of it, so I was like, "Oh damn, what?"
yeah, so
Alright.
I figured it out too. I did two things. One of them I definitely shouldn't have done. I got onto not the black market, but like deep web. I got like I got like deep web like through Toro and everything like that.
yeah.
And I did that, but I also got CS:GO on my computer at school.
Are you serious?
And now, but it
What?
sounds like you wouldn't be able to run it. But remember, before I even built my PC, that was like one of the only games I could run.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's
But I figured out how to get
hilarious.
CS:GO. It is hilarious because you're trying to aim with the little trackpad.
Oh, dude, those school mouses suck ass.
Dude,
Oh
they're
my
so
lord.
bad. Speaking of which, trying to download a game from my brother on my mom's laptop, and I
Uh,
think I was trying to record a clip of a rainbow game we played, and it was me and Patrick, and I
uh,
had 20 gigabytes of Rainbow Six Siege recordings on that from like
yeah,
one or two games that I didn't even know was on that computer.
dude.
Dude,
Oh,
those were the days of quarantine vibes.
dude, that is insane. I don't even. Just flipping your fucking. Have you seen the videos of the CS:GO where they have like the glizzy instead of the knife?
Yeah,
The
yeah.
videos.
Or they like have a
Just
like it's
watching
like a
that
shotgun and the shotgun shell's like this big and they're trying to
just
shove
in
it
English
in.
class, and you're just doing that on CS:GO instead of writing your paper.
No, I would do that
Uh,
and then I would just watch videos. YouTube wasn't really blocked. Only certain videos were blocked.
no, yeah, dude, they blocked like everything
But
on
also
YouTube. It was
from
so
doing
dumb.
Vex, I did Vex robotics for a while. I'm sure your school had that. They give
No,
you an admin password
yeah.
for your computer, so you can just access pretty much whatever you want through that. So, you know, a bit of a
Dude,
cheat code, bit of a cheat code.
I don't even get why they block it. It's like, dude, especially in high school, these kids are smart enough to work around a firewall that
Yeah, anybody who
a
actually wants to and
kindergartner
care, yeah.
could
It's every
literally.
school uses the same one that the computer that they can just all buy in bulk.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, it's kind of pointless to do all that work, honestly, just for some kid to end up playing this stupid game where you roller skating in cool math games. But
Run. Was that Run? Was that what it's
I don't
called?
remember it. I always want to say Maze Runner, but it's not Maze Runner because that's the stupid place.
Dude, you
But
sound like a boomer saying that.
Maze Runner.
Maze
I mean, it's kind of
Runner.
like that though. You got to go on all the little fucking squares and
I
go
know
in
you
that.
put on the list near death experiences, and mine actually
Yes.
kind of relates to school. So my only, not really, but sort of near death experience happened
Hmm.
at school. Okay, I think you know this, but
At
I think the
school?
viewer. Yeah, well, okay, yeah,
Really?
I'll get into it. I'll get into it. Okay, so it's freshman or sophomore year.
Mhm.
My mom and my brother are in Arizona by my grandparents to take Mason to my little brother Mason to the Barrett Jackson car show.
Uh-huh.
So I and my dad is at work, I think in Milwaukee for the week, or he's just at work,
Yeah.
probably. I live just really close to school. You know, I live really close to my old high school. It's
Yeah.
like a block or two.
Only a
Um,
few minutes, yeah.
they're like, just walk. I'm like, cool, it's fine. It's midterm finals, and I'm like, okay, I'll walk home. So I have my little drawstring bag with whatever, and I'm walking home, and there's a four-way intersection, where there's a fire station and then some houses and some other stuff, and I have to go through that. So
Yeah.
I cross the road, and then there's this really old red pickup truck parked diagonal. So like if this is the
Mhm.
four-way, it's parked
Yeah.
like diagonal, and
Oh
and
yeah.
he gets out of his car. He's wearing all black, and he has some like black grease on his face, beard,
Oh dude.
whatever. And
That's
he goes,
sketch.
Can you help me move my car? I go, no, thank you. Polite. I'm a gentleman. You know me. And and then
Got the little rag on his shirt. No, thank you.
he goes, you're not gonna help me move my car? And I go, nope. And then I keep walking, worried that I'm gonna get kidnapped. He just all of a
Dude.
sudden gets in his car, drives away. I in that moment,
Bruh, you just
two
like
things I
booking
thought.
it.
One, I know something
Yeah.
was up and that something would have happened because he got in his car and drove away. Why would I have needed to help him move his car?
Mm-hmm.
Second of
That's true,
all, I
dude.
have my computer in my bag. It is weighing me down right now. If this car turns around to grab me, I'm done for.
Fuck it, dude.
I was gonna drop the bag. It ran through my head, but then the first thought that comes into my head is, no,
What?
my mom is gonna kill me if I drop my computer.
I'm
So
pretty sure she'd rather have her son home safe
so
than his
I
computer
whip
there.
out my phone and I call her. I don't even call the police or anything. I just call my mom. I'm like, mom, and she's like, Trey, whoa, slow down. And then she goes right away. I get home and I call her. She goes, why didn't you just go to the fire department? I'm like,
Yeah, isn't it right there?
screw you, dude. I don't know, man.
My life was on the line. Where were you at?
And I keep running home the whole way until my friend and his girlfriend at the time are driving. They're like, Trey, why are you running? And I'm like, let me in the car. Let me in the car. Let me in the car. So I'm like, so I get into their car and I tell them the whole story. They drop me off at my house. And then I call my parents and then we call like the non-emergency police line. And I
Oh
go
yeah.
back to school and I tell my friends, I'm like, all right, All you need to know is just don't speed. There are gonna be some cops on the watch for a while. Uh,
Dude.
and from that day forward, yeah.
Dude, yeah, I don't know about anyone else, but I would rather get like shot or something than get kidnapped. Nah, dude, because I'm such a bitch. I would lose my shit if I got kidnapped,
If
dude.
if I can figure out how to edit it, I might be able to. I don't know. I have a video.
Yeah, that's true.
I have a video. No, there's this game that me and my friends played. You know about
Uh-huh.
this. We had a game of tag that went on for 2.5 years. Technically, it's
Oh
still
yeah,
going.
yeah.
And I'm that's what I like to call fight, flight, or shite. Okay.
I was gonna
There's the
say,
there's
yeah,
the
I know
there's
about
the
this from
there's the
your
three
podcast with your
there's the
dad.
three stages. I got scared so bad that I just went into the fetal position and just start yelling.
You went in
I would
straight
crumble.
shite mode, brother.
I would crumble. There's no way I'm fighting or running in that situation. I'm dead. I'm dead in any sort
Dude,
of
no.
situation. But I can put the video of me getting scared potentially if I can find it and learn
Do
how to
it.
edit
You know,
it.
you won't.
I'll
You
try. I'll
won't.
try to. I'm just not sure I know how to edit it. So,
We'll see.
we'll figure it out.
But for near-death stories, I only have one, and it's not as traumatizing as yours. I think I was in I think I was in 7th grade. So I was like, how old are you in 7th grade? Like what? 13? 12? I don't know.
12.
Something like that. But me and my brother, we were at a friend's house and we were we were using this side by side. It only had 2 seats though.
And you had 3 of you in
And
it.
mind you, we're young, so we're not the smartest. We're kind of dumb. So we're just a bunch of gamers doing some wild shit. But anyways,
Unathletic, 3 unathletic
literally,
guys
dude.
weighing about 180 pounds
Especially
combined.
in middle school. Oh my gosh, I was kind of pudgy in middle school, but so we got in this side by side, and my friend was driving, and my brother was in the passenger. And at first, we were just doing 2 at a time. We're like, all right, we'll play this safe because there's only 2 actual seats. We'll just have 2 people go at a time, right? But then I was like, you know what? Screw this. I don't want to stand here wait 5 minutes for these guys to finish, and then it's my turn again. Why don't we just have me sit in the middle where the handbrake's right in between my legs? And then we use your guys' seatbelt one around each one of my thighs. And then I was like,
Hey,
yeah, that's
safety first. Safety first. I mean, that's only logical.
Like, yeah, actually, that's not a bad idea. Let's just do that. And then
Yeah.
literally fucking a minute in, he was hauling. I mean, hauling in a side by side is like 25, 30 miles per hour. So it's not like going
Really?
super fast, but
35's
it was-
fast though. Like when
no,
you're
it wasn't
when you're
35. It was like 25. It was
okay.
like
I was gonna say
25.
we have one at
So-
my grandparents' cottage. If you're going 35
Yeah.
and that, it feels like you're going 70, 80 miles an hour.
That's true, especially because there's no for us there wasn't like a windshield. Or
Yeah,
anything, right?
for
It was
me
just those
either.
Safety
Yeah.
bars. It was that safety rail in case you flip.
Was
but
it like
if
one
you
of the
fucking
razor?
got, that
Was it one of
bad.
the razor ones that looked like crazy, or did it have a
Yeah,
trailer
it
in
was
the back?
it was kind of like that, but it wasn't like the one of the like fancy like
Oh, okay,
dope-ass
okay.
ones.
Gotcha.
It was kind of like mid tier, but yeah, we were in there, and then he was going like 20, 25 probably. I don't remember exactly how fast, and then he fucking sharp turned. I don't know why he thought he was fucking Han in Tokyo Drift, but
Fast and
he
Furious.
fucking drifted that shit, and then we felt it slowly go over. We're like, no, 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 no. And we tried to weigh it down the other way, and then it flipped, but it went way faster than that. And the next thing I know is my brother and him were both still in their seatbelts strapped. They were fine. They were kind of just like hanging down. But I was like 15 feet away from the fucking side by side. My glasses were broke. And my fucking head was pounding. I felt like I just got
you
my
got
fucking head
you
smashed
got
in.
knocked out.
Yeah, I blacked out. So apparently while they were doing that, I don't even know how it happened because we flipped to the side, but somehow I fucking flew out. Like I was shot out of a cannon, I guess. But so apparently my legs came out and then my whole body, I don't know how the fuck this even happened, but I don't really remember it. They said my body flew out and then I hit my head on that top rail that goes
Oh
over
yeah,
like the seats
the
are
roll
at.
cage.
I
The roll
guess.
cage.
And then it fucking cracked my skull right here. And then I woke up, but when I woke up, it was just like a really bad fucking headache, like a migraine, pretty much. But it honestly felt like I was dying. I'm not gonna
So
lie, dude.
so I
And then we just acted like we were fine because his dad came out. Obviously, he saw it happen, and then he's like, "Holy shit, are you guys okay?" We're like, "Yeah, yeah, we're okay." And then they stayed. No, my friend and his dad stayed to flip it back over. The gator, or no, not the gator. The side by side was fine, but me and my brother were like, "Holy shit!" And it was bleeding quite a bit right here, dude.
mhm.
And but I didn't let his dad see that. I just like wiped it with dirt so that way he would think it was dirt. And then we go inside, and then my brother's like, "Oh shit, dude, are you okay?" Like, dude, that was a pretty bad fucking fall. And I was like, yeah, I think I'm fine," but my head was throbbing, like I couldn't think or anything. And then I went to the bathroom and then I kind of cleaned myself up and my eyes started swelling up. And dude, this shit was so bad that it was like my glasses had to sit all the way out to like the edge of my nose when I had my black eye. It was fucking terrible. If I can find a picture, and if we have like a podcast account on like TikTok or whatever, I'll fucking put that shit so that way you guys can
Yeah,
see
yeah,
it.
yeah. We'll make like an Instagram or
Um,
something.
yeah, we'll do some. And then so yeah, it was pretty bad. And then I went home because his parents were fucking pissed at him because he did that. But it was kind of my fault too because I was really
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
misunderstood.
yeah. Um,
So I kind of felt bad. But then so then my parents came and picked us up, and then my dad was fucking just livid as shit, dude. I mean, it makes sense because then it's kind of like you could have fucking died.
mhm.
But then he was cleaning my wound, and then he said like I don't remember this part really, but he said my eyes just went like completely like black and like I didn't look like I was present. And he was cleaning it, and then the next thing I know, I was on the back seat of the car because I passed out, I guess, and I didn't remember that. But then they took me to the ER, and then I had like a really bad fucking concussion. And they said if you get like three really bad concussions, which I didn't know, three really bad concussions, and you go brain dead. So I'm one down. So I got two strikes left. I
uh,
got two lives left.
so I was
But then yeah, it was fucking. That was pretty scary. That
I
fucking
was
hurt a
at
lot.
my we have these friends when we used to live in another place.
Yeah.
We had these friends who had a hammock, and me being
Mhm.
the guy who just always wants to do the dumb shit, the daredevil shit.
I can
I
only imagine.
there's a hammock. There's a hammock on two trees, and I'm like, God, I've always wanted to try this.
Did you try
I
like spinning in it and
I want to
shit?
swing all the way around the hammock, and I'm like, this is a good idea. I'm like, you guys gotta try. You guys gotta do it for me, and so they're trying to do it to me, and I'm like, while I'm in the hammock, I'm like, whoa, my stomach is like starting to like not feel good, and I'm like, wow, this is really weird. But I think that was just like from food or something. I don't think that actually had anything
Yeah.
to do with it, but maybe I
Mhm.
passed out or something. So
Yeah.
apparently, the one time where I got to the apex of the thing where I could have
Oh,
gone
you
all the
got
way
all the way to
around,
the top when you were
I got
spinning?
all the
Yeah,
way
yeah.
to the top, and you're only so if you think about it, there's no like zipper on the hammock. It's just a normal like
Mhm.
string hammock, and you're holding it like
Yeah.
this to hold
Yeah,
yourself.
holding it as tight as you can on for dear life.
I don't remember any of this. I don't even remember being on the hammock that night at all. Okay,
Yeah.
I apparently got to the top, fell out, hit my head first on the ground, and then
Oh,
and then I just sat up and was like pretzel legs, like nothing happened apparently. And all of a
jeez,
sudden,
dude. Yeah.
I remember like the I bet you this came to you too. The black like fades into color almost, like you can start to like
Yeah.
see again almost. And
Like when you're waking up from that Call of Duty mission. You're just like,
whoa,
Warzone,
and then
shots going
I
off.
and then this is probably where I lost all my brain cells except for my my half a brain cell that I have for this
Yeah, literally
podcast.
hands 2.5 brain cells right
Yeah.
here.
And I woke up in my I've never felt a pain in my head worse. And apparently I was just blood curdling screaming to my mom. And
Jeez.
I remember like going to her and like them thinking that I just like hit my head. And then
Yeah.
I went into the bathroom. I don't really remember any of this still. And I I was like in there and I kept asking for Advil apparently. I was like, just give me some Advil. Just give me some Advil because I thought that was
Yeah.
what was gonna help my head. And and I finally like snapped back into it, and they brought me the Advil. I'm like I didn't ask for Advil. I don't remember asking for Advil, so I was like I didn't ask for Advil. They're like, just take it. And then I went home,
3:30.
and then I wasn't allowed to sleep till really late because there's both two sides. They either say you're supposed to sleep or you're not supposed to
Yeah,
sleep or
they say
whatever.
you're not supposed to sleep after you hit your head really hard because you can die and
Yeah.
shit like that.
So I had to stay up really late, and I remember watching Amazing World of Gumball in my parents' bed. And then
That's the way to do it,
yeah,
right?
and then that's how I got my pretty bad concussion.
Dude, yeah, concussions are scary because I mean, you think like, oh shit, it's not that bad. Like our skulls are pretty fucking strong, but then
Yeah.
it happens once, and then now you're playing life on easy mode because you're like, dude, I
You go from
be fucking playing baseball, get hit in the head, and then I
Dude,
see my body.
dude, you're gonna start looking like
Float
Stephen.
up.
You're gonna start looking like Stephen Hawking.
Ja, 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 ja.
嚼下去我手冰淇淋。
高手进我小冰淇淋。Alright.
No,
So
but
that brings us to our next topic.
yeah. So
near-death stories.
yeah, speaking of
Wanna
near-death
hear
stories, I think this is a good transition because
Yeah, it is.
ghosts, and
Yeah.
everything. Do you personally believe in ghosts?
All right, so I'm not really like a religious guy, right? I believe there is like a higher being or whatever.
Okay.
Like not necessarily that it's like fucking Allah or Jesus or
Yeah, okay.
Moses or whatever. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But there's like a higher being, and I believe everyone has like their own energy and shit, kind of like chakra, if you
Mm.
will.
Watched a little bit too much Naruto, did you?
Hell yeah, dude. The Buddhist onto something, man. But I believe there is like everyone has like a soul and stuff, you know what I mean? So I believe in that aspect of things. But I don't know, dude. Something about demons and ghosts, that shit makes me I will be nothing, no religious aspect for months. But if I see some sketchy shit, I'm immediately Christian or Catholic, man.
Mm.
I'm fucking on God's side. I'm like, nah, I'm not messing with this shit.
I believe in ghosts 100%.
I do, yeah.
100% believe in them because there are so many things that happen that you see in like videos of like, and like there's YouTubers who do it fake, and then there's YouTubers who I've seen like that I watch that like do go to all these haunted places like the Conjuring House and all this stuff, and they try to debunk all the stuff that happens, which I like.
Yeah.
It like helps me
That's
believe it a
cool,
little
yeah.
bit more.
Yeah.
But like some like when they hear knocking, I'm like, okay, sometimes you just hear kind of like creaks and stuff like that in the house.
Yeah,
Whatever,
especially with your brain, yeah.
yeah. But like when stuff moves and stuff, and like it's like or flashlights turn on and off, it's like that kind of stuff is like
that's sketch, yeah.
I believe in ghosts 100%. But like, would you ever go to like a haunted house like that? Not like like where they scare you, but like a place where like some spiritual stuff is going on
Dude.
almost.
I would need a fucking priest with me, man. I'm
I'm the type of person where like I could say like, oh yeah, I do it. Like I'll go skydiving, but when I'm there, fuck that.
Dude. I mean, like you'd either have to give me a really good reason to do that, or make sure, like I said, have like some fucking holy water and like a priest with me or something. Because there's no way I'm going in there with just a flashlight and a fucking camera.
Okay, what I'm saying is that doesn't that stuff sometimes make it worse? Like
What do you mean?
bringing like the crosses and stuff, doesn't that piss them off more sometimes?
I think it only pisses off from what I know, because both my families, my dad's side and my mom's side are Catholic or Christian, so they're pretty religious. But from what they have told me, it pisses off only evil spirits, so like demons and shit. If it's usually, well, that's the difference with demons and like angels and ghosts or whatever. I think demons are they're there intently to cause harm or to disrupt peace.
Gotcha. No,
and then
100%.
ghosts are kind of just spirits that
haven't passed on yet.
Yeah,
or
and
have
they
unfinished
they still
business.
Yeah, pretty much, I guess, in religious aspects.
Like,
I could be totally wrong too. I have no fucking idea. I'm not.
yeah,
a fucking scientist.
tell us in the comments if we're wrong. Tell us in the comments if we're wrong. Hands up.
Literally, this podcast called two and a half brain cells. If you come here for facts, this is the wrong place.
Yep.
God, someone better come fact check us.
Yeah,
right
seriously.
now,
but okay, I wouldn't want to go to a place like the Conjuring House. I would love to. Love to see the Conjuring House from afar. I would love to like stand at the driveway and look at the house. I think that would be cool. I won't go inside.
I'm not stepping foot inside that.
Fuck that. But I also
No, yeah.
I don't believe in like the psychics though. Like
No.
what are those people?
I
Like the tarot card readers and like all
Yeah,
that stuff.
those people.
I
Yeah.
I believe in some types of mediums. You know what a medium is?
Yeah, but I definitely, yeah, I could see how some people believe in mediums, like certain ones.
Only
For
certain
me
ones
though,
I will.
yeah. For me though, I don't think I ever could. I mean, I would totally go to one just for fun, just to like see what they say, you know what I mean? Just for a form of entertainment, but
Oh,
I would
I'm not
never
saying like the people who
actually.
are like gonna predict it. I more
Yeah.
mean like there's like mediums who like can like see people
Do you
and
think
stuff
so?
like
Do you
that.
believe they actually can see people though, or like
Well,
hear
so like
voices or
these
talk
like
to
these
dead
there's
people?
these people. There's this girl named I think her name is Alyssa. She's been able to do it since she was like a kid and like been able to
Yeah.
like see people. But like she's like, yeah. Before we go in, I just want to tell you guys some people that I like. This person that I saw today. His name was John, and he worked on this boat that we're going to, and he just came to like talk to me or whatever. Now, there's one side of it where it's like, okay, you could just look it
Yeah.
up before, do your research, know your stuff.
Mhm.
But another
Yeah.
part of it is like the tour guide hasn't said anything, and then there's like someone who's like really out there that they really shouldn't know, and they're like,
Oh yeah,
there's
yeah.
like there's a kid that's walking by right now, and then they're like, wow, that's really weird. We have people tell us sometimes that they hear like children's voices, or that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Could or could not believe it. That's about all that I could
Yeah,
do for
I could
belief on
definitely
that.
see that, especially if they start that shit at a young age,
Hmm.
because like why make it up at a young age? You know what I mean? Unless you're looking for attention.
She said
But
apparently that she could do it before she could even remember.
exactly. See, so like in that case, I would definitely be more inclined to believe it. Now, for me, I'm a guy that like wants proof and shit in order for me to believe
Same. I
something.
want to debunk it.
Uh, yeah, so I would be hesitant, but I wouldn't also like shit on them for it. You know what I mean?
Has
I
there
would be like,
been
okay, yeah, yeah, that's interesting. Like, and then I would like try to piece it together and whatnot. But I could see believing in that, but I definitely don't believe in the people that like you pay to see and then they have the orb and then they're like,
and then they predict
oh,
your
your dead
future and
Uncle
all this.
Joe, and you
Yeah,
mean
yeah,
like, oh,
yeah.
my dead Uncle Jimmy? You mean? I mean Jimmy, yeah.
Yeah,
Those
yeah, yeah,
people,
yeah.
those people are a bunch of bullshit.
Have you had anything like happen to you, ghost kind of related or
Um,
anything?
no, I don't think. I mean, so we had back in my old place, where my brother still lives in Yankton. We
Hmm.
had um this one of my mom's friends. He had like how people do like they burn sage and then they
Sage. Yeah,
say
yeah,
like
yeah.
religious stuff, so that way it like cleans the house or whatever
Yep.
evil
Cleansing.
spirits. Because apparently in our closet there's like this guy and like I don't know if it was true or if my parents just made it up to fucking scare us. I don't know. They said like this guy like trapped this like his daughter in like the closet all the time or some shit in this back room that we had. And it was kind of creepy. I didn't like being back there, but then I made it my room after a while and then it was fine. I mean, it was kind of creepy, but um other than that, not really. I mean, we had a cat when we lived there, and like it would only ever be around like the 2 o'clock, 3 a.m. hour. He would just fucking run through the house, dude. I don't know if your cat does that, but he would just run through the house and meow all fucking night. And
My
it was only in the middle of the night like that, and then like by like 5 a.m. He'd stop, and it would just be like
my
completely
cat
quiet.
does it around like 5 a.m. Like sometimes, maybe if I
Mhm.
don't feed him enough food or
Yeah, it's
something
like
like
it's
that.
he had like the dog version or like the cat version of zoomies, pretty much.
Yeah,
If
yeah,
you have
yeah.
a dog, you know what zoomies are. But yeah,
So the only thing that I've ever heard from like anybody that I know,
yeah.
like that the ghost stuff that's happened. First of all, I
Mhm.
wanted to say this: I don't believe in Ouija boards either. I don't believe in Ouija boards. I don't think that's a thing.
I don't know if I believe in them, but I'm never fucking playing one. That's
I
for
won't
damn
either.
sure.
I won't either.
I'm
Scares the
never
shit
doing
out of me. I
it.
still don't think it's real.
No,
But
dude. Yeah.
my mom, her dad passed away before I could even remember.
Mhm.
So I don't know if like I think she said this is some like it was like sort of like a sign from him or whatever or whatnot, but there used to be toys like because there's three of us and we had some like toys that would light up and make noises and stuff. And
Yeah.
randomly in the middle of the night sometimes she said that they would like turn on and like fall off of a table or something.
Oh, that's fucking scary. Yeah.
I think it actually brought I my mother, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think she was actually ever scared of it. Scared of
Really?
something like that. No, because
I would be,
what
dude.
so
Oh,
I'm not saying that this is my mom, but I'm saying for a lot of
Mhm.
people, seeing these signs and stuff like that brings them like relief. I've
really?
heard that for people that it brings them like a sense of like relief, like them telling them a
Mm.
sign to know that like they're okay and that they're there, kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I
that's
mean,
it.
that's probably the best way to look at it, because then you don't get like scared and like freak out. You know what I mean? I would be the complete opposite.
I would
probably
be
shit myself.
I would be worried about like getting like an attachment or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, or like you know how in Paranormal Activity, like for like the first 3 movies, like it that demon follows just that one sister like
Never
everywhere she
seen.
goes.
Don't
Fuck
even know that
Oh,
movie.
really?
No.
Dude, nah.
Oh, you want to
Uh-uh.
hear? You want to hear? Like
Uh-uh.
genuinely one of the scariest things that's ever happened to me.
What?
You know, I love horror movies. Huge
Yeah.
fan of horror movies.
Yeah.
The first Conjuring, scariest movie I've ever seen in my life for one reason and one reason
A
only.
good one, yeah.
I'm at
Why?
I'm at my friend's house. It's probably 1 a.m. We just
Mhm.
finished this movie, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna head out. I'm gonna use the bathroom before I leave. I'm like,
Yeah.
I go to open the bathroom door. It's in the downstairs with us. I open it. I'm like, weird. It's locked. It's not. It's super weird. I don't know what's going on there. And I'm like, his name. I actually won't say his name. Let's just say he's Chris. We'll say he's Chris for the sake of the podcast.
Chris. All right. Chris Chan.
Chris. I go, Chris. Is there anybody else here? Like, why is the bathroom locked? He's like, no, there shouldn't be. He's like, what do you mean? I'm like, I can't open the door. Do I only have a half a brain cell? I mean, I do, but like, do I only have half a brain cell? And he's like, what?
Yeah.
So we try to open the door and we can't. We just cannot open the door. And we're like, fuck, dude. This like, there's someone in the house now that's gonna kill us, and like, like that kind of thing. We grab a kitchen knife and a baseball bat that he had downstairs.
Damn, what was your
And we're
weapon
like,
of choice? That's the real
I
question.
got the
Did you
knife,
use
of
the
course.
baseball bat, or
No, I got the
oh,
knife. I
I'm
go.
taking a baseball bat any day, man.
I beat you in a fight 10 out of 10 times.
Nuh-uh.
I also have double your
Baseball bat has
height.
longer range.
Well, yeah, my arm is longer than your arm and the baseball bat combined. You short fuck.
It's easy. All I gotta do is crawl under you, boy.
yeah. But he's like, we're both like freaking out at this point, and he's like, all right, Trey, here's what we're gonna do. You're gonna hold the handle down, and I'm gonna like push the door in case somebody's holding it.
Mm.
We do that. The door still doesn't open. I'm like, fuck. I'm just leaving the house. He's like, dude, I gotta sleep here. I'm like, screw you, Chris. And
Not my problem.
Not my problem anymore. Turns out that they took the door off the next day, and a drawer came out, and like
What? How?
a drawer came out and like blocked the handle, so you couldn't open the door. So that's probably the closest personally I've been.
How would it open after you leave it to do that? That makes no sense.
I'm trying to think. I'm like, God, I mean, I maybe went to the bathroom during the movie, but I don't think I would have opened that as I'm trying to close the door.
No, then that would be kind of hard to like close the door and then like, you know what I mean? There's no way you could really do that, honestly.
So that's like the closest I've been.
Trippy.
Nothing ever really came of it or anything, but yeah.
That is trippy. I could see how that would freak you out.
But to get off of a little like a spooky note, but more like history kind of spooky note. Did your class ever go like caving for any field trips or anything?
No, because I'm from a small agriculture town.
It's all mining country though by you.
Yeah, but the mining, because there's a mine that's going in our town right now. It was like, I think it just started up like a year or two ago. Before that, it was like no mining for like the past like 15, 20 years. So it just kind of recently started up again. But in Yerington, where I grew up, one of the first field trips we had was to a farm, a cow farm, because there's a lot of farmers over there. Obviously, it's an agriculture town. And it was kind of fucked up because like we went and saw the cows and shit, and like we got to feed some or whatever. Look at them in their corrals. No, we didn't milk them.
For mine we did.
I didn't touch.
I live in cheese country, man. You know I got cows. I got cheese country. I'm in cheese country. You know they told me to milk that cow, and I gave that cow the best milk it's ever seen, Diego. You.
World Guinness record of fastest cow milking. But no, so after we looked at the we looked at the cows or whatever, I think it was only like an hour. Like they showed us like what they do and whatever. And then they made us burgers from it was like from that farm, like the cows, they like butchered 2 cows in preparation for all of these kindergartners.
In preparation for the kid.
And we're
Wow.
just eating, we're snacking on these burgers.
This is the best burger I've ever eaten in my entire life.
And then the fucking, we're just looking at these cows. It was like, yeah, these are your fucking kids, dude. We're just eating them right now.
That's
even
so
at
funny.
even at 6 or 7, however old you are in kindergarten, I was like, this is kind of messed up. We're just eating burgers in front of all these cows, but
No,
Yeah,
but
it was-
okay, so caving, I'm not a claustrophobic guy at all. I don't,
Yeah.
it just doesn't really any of that. But we did a caving field trip, and then it just made me think of when we were talking about all this ghost stuff and everything. There's these things called catacombs. You've heard of them, I
oh
think.
yeah.
Those
In
those
France, right?
are
Is it in France or is it?
there's some yeah, Paris, and then there's one in Russia as well.
Okay.
And
I don't know that.
those are wild because you know what those are, right?
Yeah, it's basically like a mass graveyard underground, right?
Yeah, but
Pretty much.
I watched a video where people went into one. There's like bases basically where like people would like go in there and like live in there basically. And then there was like there's like a cult that was in one of them, which I guess sort of makes sense for a catacomb because of all the dead
Yeah.
bodies and everything like that.
Mhm.
That I don't think it would really be haunted, but that would just freak me out. Just seeing
No,
bones.
that's just kind of gross.
Because you'd see
too,
bones
yeah.
and stuff, but also apparently it's like a labyrinth, and even the one in Russia, I mean, that's not as big as the one in France. They've discovered maybe 10% of the catacombs.
Are you serious?
They're
Holy
huge, and it's a labyrinth, and it's
dude.
like it's apparently people would like grow up in there, and like they never got to
That's
see the light of day or
gross.
anything. So it's just
Oh.
crazy.
Well, then they also like none of those bodies were like in caskets or anything, right? They were just kind of like on these like
No, so like
these-
it's like
these shells
stacked.
made out of
Yes,
stones,
yeah,
you
it's
know?
like stacked up on top of each
yeah.
other.
See, that's dude, that's so gross. That's weird.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
just
I have no idea what happened. I don't know how the catacombs really work, but I think it's very interesting.
no, it is for sure. It's just wild that they like. I mean, I guess it's the same as like a graveyard or anything. I mean, I guess it's kind of smart because you can like go down and like that's where the dead are instead of like up on the top with us.
Yeah, but now they have like group burial grounds and stuff
Yeah, I
like
don't
that.
know. It's kind of a weird concept. I mean, at least make like smaller ones like in certain parts of the cities, not just one giant one. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah,
kind
like
of-
underneath
kinda
everything, so then you
weird,
like
yeah.
the road and everything is above you. I don't know.
unless like you were saying, like if you were like a cult leader and then you're the one that started the catacombs and like you wanted a giant place that way you could have like secret meetings or something, that would make sense. If I
Yeah,
was a
but
cult
like
leader,
even cult leaders have like
which
places.
I'm not.
Like the
But,
Freemasons and stuff like that. They never really met like in a secret place. They have buildings for it still.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
There's a
that's-
place right by us. There's like a Freemason place right by me.
Yeah, there's a building in Yankton. There was the logo on top of one of the buildings, but
There
I don't know, yeah.
I also
don't know
heard
if
about
they
there's
used the
this
building.
there's like this people call it they call it like a cult, but it's crazy how a cult works if you think about it. It's like
Yeah, it
people
is.
brainwashed to believe that something is like whatever. So like there's this place called like God, something bakery, or it's like a little shop, a deli or something like that, where basically all the cult members work there, and they
Yeah.
do that, and then they do like a bunch of farm work and everything. And basically like there's this guy who like tries to like bust these cults and like will infiltrate it. So he's the same guy that did the Scientology thing. I'm sure you've seen clips of him.
Oh, yeah.
He
yeah.
got it. He like snuck into Scientology and everything, and he got into this one. And it's like wild, like what they try to do, like this stuff they believe and everything for those. And it's just
Dude,
like
it is.
it's just like I don't understand how you could fall for something like that.
Yeah, it's like how do you? I mean, to some aspect, I feel like most cults at the start they make it like a certain religious type thing, and then they keep twisting your mind more and more to make it so different.
Mhm.
But I don't even know how you get into the situation of going to one of these things. you know
So
what
this
I mean?
one they tell you to go to a Friday. They call it a Friday at this one, and
Yeah.
they like try to get you to like stay overnight and like hang out there. But their whole thing is that they try to get was like 40,000 like or 100, it might have been 180,000 virgins to sacrifice to bring their god back.
That's so wild, dude.
Yeah, so like they want to sacrifice all
yeah.
of them and all of this stuff, and it's just like you can get into the cult through the public by like
Yeah.
doing that. Same with Scientology. It's a church. You can go to the churches.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's the main reason I'm kind of turned off from religion. You know what I mean?
mhm.
That's why I'm not like a super religious guy, just because it's all kind of it's kind of freaky, man. I don't know.
Yeah, no,
I don't like it.
understandable,
Yeah.
but
No, I'm not, and I'm definitely not shitting for any of our viewers. If you're religious, I'm definitely not shitting on you. That's
Nope,
cool if you
no
find,
hate, no
faith
hate.
in that. Yeah,
um,
that's good for you.
but yeah, I mean, all crazy, all
Yeah, dude.
super wild stuff. This podcast took a dark turn. Holy shit!
Yeah, I mean, we've been going for longer than half an hour, but this was more of a serious. Not
just
so,
story. I
funny
like
one,
telling
yeah.
stories though. Stories are fun to
No,
talk
yeah,
about.
stories are good too, so that way our viewers can kind
Yeah,
of
they stay engaged
learn
and-
our history. And
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
too.
But
fun.
we will see you guys next week. Thank you a ton for watching. We'll try to get an Instagram or a TikTok page started, and then we'll see if we can get that stuff inserted into here for you guys. So until next weekend, we will see you boys. Make sure to like the video and
Yep.
subscribe. Share it with your friends. We'll see you next week. Peace out.
Sound good later, boy.